Like, that's overeating and crying really hard at rom-coms. Like, that's not fun. Like, what? It's like last time I went through a breakup, I found myself crying at Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. Has anybody seen that movie? Okay, and when she's like, I invented Post-its, I was like, oh my God, he used to use Post-its. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. When I last saw him, he gave me a rose. You know, roses are a great metaphor for love, because they're beautiful. And now I'm like, oh, roses are a great metaphor for love, because like love, they dry out and die. That's where I'm at. You know what I want? I want a can of Spam, okay? That's what I want a man to give me, because Spam lasts forever, right? I got one nod. She's like, yes. Spam fans. We actually, so, last week our toilet broke in half. I'm not gonna get into that story. It was nothing kinky or weird. It broke in half, right? So all the water started like flooding out, and within seconds my entire bathroom was just flooded with the toilet stuff. I was told I had to do a clean set, so I don't know if I can say like, poo. Okay. It was flooded. Enjoy your lunch, Sean. Sorry, I'm talking about, enjoy that meal, sir. So it was flooded, and I came out, and my boyfriend's freaking out, and he looks at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and he goes, well, don't just stand there, call 911. Like, what? Call 911? Like, this is when we probably should have ended it. Like, really, the cops are gonna show up and like, oh yes, witness at the scene of the crime is a turd. Yeah, all right, call for backup. Like, I'm backed up, am I right? Because I can't use the toilet because it's broken. This is where my comedy's at, guys, poop jokes. I'm winging it today, I don't care, right? I'm winging it, and I'm gonna go have some shots. That's my day today. Let's see. What do I want to talk about? Okay, I'll do some like actual stuff I've written. Yeah, let's get on a good note here, right? Let's get on a good note. Some good news. I graduated college. Yeah, about 3 years ago. Yeah, but it's okay because I remember. Yeah, because I'm 27. I'm just still really excited about that time I graduated college. That was like the last awesome thing I did. I remember it was the last class I had to take to finally graduate. And on the first day of class, everyone has to get up and they say their name and their year. And this girl gets up and she's like, hey, I'm Kelsey. This is my 5th year. So I'm a super senior, okay? And then it's my turn. And I'm like, hi, I'm Natasha. This is my 7th year. I'm an alcoholic. Thank you. That's oh, thank you. The one. Thanks. It's true. That was my hobby. It was just getting very drunk and then eating all of the Taco Bell I possibly could. Yeah, just like tacos, burritos. Remember that little chihuahua that used to be their mascot? Yo quiero Taco Bell, and now he's gone. Cause I ate him. Just like get in here. I'm wasted. But the one thing I've never had is a gordita. Has anybody in here ever had a gordita? Gordita? Well, Gita? No? I've never had it because I actually looked up what the word meant. And gordita translated to English means little fat girl. I guess that's why Taco Bell doesn't have a kids menu, because kids are just on their menu. And you have no idea what you're really ordering is a Baja Blast and a Crunchy Honey Boo Boo. That's disturbing, right? It's disturbing. Guys, laugh at me. I just got dumped. Help, laugh. Oh, hello, Madeline. Sorry. Yep. Haven't told all my friends. It's true. It's true. I don't care. Woo! Comedy! Oh my God. Yeah, so that's my time. That's my time for now. You guys, I am hosting this though. Okay, so we're gonna have a great show. Joking, it's a joke, it's comedy, guys, I'm kidding. Give it up for Johnny Marsh! Woo!
Thank you. Give it up for Natasha. fantastic. Yeah, I know. I was wondering as she was talking. I was like, oh my gosh, is her boyfriend okay? And what kind of food truck is he starting? Because I want to check that out. I don't know if anybody else is going through something like that. Some of you are working, some of you are probably waging elaborate social media propaganda campaigns against your ex. It's important to start early with passive-aggressive stuff before you break up. You know, stuff like, it's so hard to be in a relationship when you're the only one who's trying. You put it out to your friends, you know, they're just like, oh my gosh. Hon, you see this? You see this? Donnie says he's the only one who's trying. I'm gonna, wait, what's she say? She's not posting at all. Oh, well, I'm gonna be on his side. I'm gonna be on his side when it goes down, you know. I'm having trouble with my girlfriend right now. She thinks it's because she's smarter than me and I don't listen. And I think it's because the show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy is not on anymore. Because that was a very helpful show for me. It was, you know, you remember this? It was like five ruggedly handsome gay men would swoop in to a struggling marriage, and they would ask the guy, like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he would go through this shtick like, "Well, you know, I love my wife very much, but it's been a few years. You know, we've had a few kids. I've had to take on 2 jobs. We've both gained a little weight, and." You know, the flame of love that once burned so bright is now just a flicker. And long story short, Belinda doesn't put her lips on my undercarriage anymore. And they go like, well, you know, maybe part of the reason for that is your shoulder hair, see that? And your ass hair has started to grow together. Land bridge, little critters and cultures running back and forth across it. And then they would take care of that. They'd give them a new shirt, a bottle of wine, send them on their way. Boom, relationship saved. Where is that now? I still need that sometimes. I'm 36 years old, which means I'm not a millennial. Thank God, right? Have you met these people? They're the worst. They're ages 21 to 34, and anyway, millennials are to blame for everything that is wrong with the world, right? Okay, so, like, they're just, I can't even talk to them, you know? This is fantastic. Give it up for the fire department, everybody. Yeah, you know what they're doing? I would say 5% more important than what I'm doing right now. So, you know, I'm not going to be upset. But anyway, you try to hang out with a millennial and they're like, oh, you know, you want to ride your fixed gear bike to my tiny house and we can binge Master of None on my watch. And I'm like, I don't know what any of those words mean. You know, like they don't have these common experiences with us. Like they don't remember where they were when Nixon pardoned Martin Luther King for shooting JFK. They don't remember where they were when the first woman was invented. You know, they don't know like basic historical facts. Like, sure, you're an old wise man. In 1792, Eli Whitney invented the what? Cotton gin, right. Very important invention, because it could turn cotton into gin. It changed history forever, all right? It's, I don't know. I enjoy being part of my group. I'm also from Gainesville, Florida. And don't make that face. All right, always there's somebody whenever it's like, Florida, boo. Gainesville, boo. Like I have any choice where I was born. You know, do you think my parents were these like hippies who were like, let's let the baby decide where he's born? It's not my fault. Don't blame me. You can't take credit. But I love my state. I will defend it. I think sometimes people ask me, they're like, oh, you're from Florida, huh? Is it true that you guys once elected a live reptile, a 12-foot alligator, to political office? I'm like, yes, but Governor Mongo performed very well in his debates, and he was tough but fair. And they're like, well, is it true that Florida leads the nation in illiteracy? I'm like, yes, but we also lead the nation in unregistered handguns and fake boobs. And if you have either one of those things, you don't have to be as smart. So, joke's on you, readers. Love Florida. I'm gonna quiz you young folks. Who here is Facebook your favorite social media platform? You still on that? Yeah. What about unfulfilleddreams.com? Is that? Sorry, that's called Pinterest. Anybody on Pinterest? Okay. Now, Facebook is probably it's my favorite because I get to have an impromptu high school reunion all the time. Facebook is really just about which one of your high school classmates is aging the most poorly, and just finding out who's been unfollowed by so many people that they're now just talking to themselves. But my favorite are the memes that get shared all the time. These every once in a while, a friend of mine will start selling Advocare, or like he'll join a new business, and suddenly their timeline gets really positive, like out of nowhere. One thing I hate that people say is, I live life with no regrets. No regrets. I have no regrets. That's always, and the person who says it is always somebody that you know who never sufficiently apologized to you about something. And they're just like, I have no regrets. I'm like, I would like it if you had some regrets. That would be great, you know? Like, it's sort of like if OJ wrote a book, it was like, yeah, I did it. But here's how I've grown from it as a person. So, there's, let's bring the fire trucks back. There was more energy, there was more noise. There's more noise for that. I'm gonna leave you on this. While I was growing up in Florida, my parents are very religious. Like, I don't know where you guys stand, but my parents' retirement plan is basically the rapture. And when you multiply, we grew up Pentecostal, and when you multiply Pentecostal by Florida, you get a really fun childhood. And one thing I miss most about it is just how much fun it is to be judgmental. Like, when I was 3, apparently, I yelled at a beer truck driver in a convenience store parking lot for selling devil juice. The best part about that is that my parents didn't even think drinking alcohol was wrong. I made that rule up myself. That's how much fun it is. Anyway, that's my time, folks. You guys have been great. Let's bring Natasha back up here.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Who's hiring? Yeah? Who's hiring? Anybody hiring? Anybody need a temp? Make a hell of a temp. I can do temp work. I'll do that. I'll be honest, I don't answer phones, so I don't do that. If it's important, they'll text. Great water cooler conversation. I'll stand in that water cooler. I'll talk about water all day. I'll tell you about the time I pushed the red knob and it came out hot. Great at water cooler talk. I've never worked in an office. I assume you only talk about water at the water cooler. Is that right? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Let's give it up for our sponsors. EB. I got a bone to pick with them. Oh man. They cut off my power. Because I didn't pay the bill. What? That's crazy. What are you, business now? New View window cleaning. I hired them to do my deck. He changed the color of it. It used to be a nice earthy brown. And he comes over, it's sparkling white. He says he's pressure washing, but I know he's painting them. Yeah. All right. Let's do do prepared material. See how that goes. I was taking a piss the other day. I'm gonna be a little more raunchy than the other guys. I hope that's okay. I think we really eased into this awkward show that we're doing. I was taking a piss and wearing a button-up shirt. One of the buttons fell off my shirt. I went into the toilet. And then I quickly inspected my shirt to see which button it was, and I realized it was one of the unfastened buttons. And guys, you'll never feel as fat in your entire life as the day that the unfastened button simply can't take it anymore. I like to think it was just sitting there looking up at the rest of the buttons, just holding on for dear life, and he was like, man, screw this, I'm getting out of here while I can. I will take my chances in the watery depths and whatever lies beyond. But, you know, I gotta hand it to the other buttons. In the face of tragedy, they really held things together. Thank you. I'm gonna be up here for a really long time. At least it's gonna feel that way to me. No, I never worked in an office. I used to work at a restaurant as a server. I was really bad at it. I didn't understand working at a restaurant. Like, it had a lot of policies that I didn't understand. Like, one was that you had to be clean shaven unless you were growing a beard. That one always really confused me, mainly because I wasn't aware that there were other options. I also didn't know that you could just take basic facts about the universe and proclaim them to be restaurant policy. I didn't know that you could just be like, hey, from now on, if you drop a cup, it's going to accelerate at 9.8 meters per second squared towards the ground. It's our new policy. It's got nothing to do with gravity. I got so many complaints as a waiter that I eventually just stopped giving my name to tables. Which really backfired, because now there's just a bunch of reviews on Yelp that describe me physically. So now Yelp is just full of stuff that's like, yeah, Jack White, who ate his feelings, forgot to put in our appetizer.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Or,
Jack White, who ate his feelings.
The guy from the prequel to The Big Lebowski only refilled my sweet tea one time. Or the love child of Jon Snow and Samwell Tarly told my mom to eat poop. She didn't even order any. One time when I was waiting tables, a customer asked me for a glass of water, and I jokingly said no. And then I forgot to bring her a glass of water. So in her eyes, she said, hey, can I have some water? Her waiter said no, and then she never got any water. Sometimes you gotta really earn your stiff, you know, guys. Felt good about that one. What else? Working at a bar, it's been really interesting, especially with our current political climate, you know. There's been a lot of political discussion groups coming into the bar recently. And I used to hate them, because they would just get rowdy and talk politics and drink. And then I remembered, you know, they're a lot like the Founding Fathers. History makes the Founding Fathers out to be these old men, but that's not true. They were young, they were in their 30s, and they literally started a revolution. And they did it from a bar. Which means that there was at least one server in 18th century Boston that absolutely hated the Founding Fathers. Every week she would just have a new story about how horrible they were. Like, yeah, they came in for 6 hours, they bitched about their taxes, and then they left me 4 shillings. I swear to God, if they ask me one more time why we're out of tea, they know damn well why we're out of tea. I was working the day after Trump got inaugurated, which was, of course, the historical Women's March. And it was one of the busiest days I'd ever seen at the bar. And usually we can like pin that to like a concert nearby or something, but this was actually because the American people took to the streets and they got out and they protested and they worked up an appetite and they got some food. And this, of course, happened in Chattanooga. It happened in other cities. It happened all across the country. Everybody protested, got hungry, and went to eat. That means that hatred for Donald Trump is so strong that it actually stimulated the economy. Which also means on day 2, he was kind of doing a good job. Yeah. I have a father. It's that one coming. My dad was a good dad. He's a good guy. He used to coach a little league team when I was a kid. And he went so far as to actually personalize all the trophies at the end of the year. So all my friends, they got all these cool trophies that said stuff like home run hitter or secret weapon. And I got hit by the pitch so often that my own father made a trophy that said ball magnet.
Ball magnet.
Yeah. It was coach pitch too. So whenever people complain about participation trophies, they never received one from their father that said ball magnet. I think participation trophies can be okay, as long as they insult your child too. Keep that in mind, new parents. I see you, new parents. What brings you guys out today? Just getting out of the house? Her first? Is it a boy or a girl? It's a girl. What's her name? What? Audrey? It's a beautiful name.
Aww.
How old is she?
Wow.
How old? 11 days? Holy shit.
What?
Smokes, Batman. So how's the adjustment been going? Because like 11 days ago you didn't have a baby, and now you do, so I assume these 11 days have been very different. Lot more poop. Lot more poop. It's amazing how much they poop.
More poop jokes. Yay.
You know what I did is my niece would poop, I just stopped feeding her. Yeah. And then child services came, problem solved.
Oh.
These are, I'm making it up. Making this up. No children have been harmed in my care. I do love my niece though, she's awesome. She's 3 years old now. So she's like coming online as a person with like a personality, you know? And I got to take her on like a little uncle niece date. And I took her to Chick-fil-A. And I got her a fruit cup and some chicken nuggets. And then I ate one of her mandarin oranges. And she goes, Uncle Ben, you took one of my oranges and you didn't ask for it. And you're supposed to ask people if you can have their things and you didn't. And it's okay, you made a mistake, but you're supposed to ask for things. And I was blown away. Because A, apparently she can talk now. And B, I had never been chastised by someone so concisely in my entire life, let alone a 3-year-old. She was just like, this is what you did wrong, it's okay, you made a mistake, but here's what you can do to rectify that behavior in the future. I thought it was amazing. And then I took her to the movie. And, you know, at that age, you gotta take them to the bathroom first, so they can pee, so you don't have to leave the Jungle Book or whatever. And had her propped up on the toilet, she peed, and then as she was getting off the toilet, she totally face planted onto the floor, and I felt so bad. She just like sprawled out like a little angelic dead body, pants around her ankles, and I looked at her for a second, and I thought to myself, like, oh,
poor baby.
This is karma. That was my fruit cup, Claire. I was letting you borrow it. You'll understand one day. Don't judge me, new parents. So, is that it, Donnie? Is that time? I was gonna do like another 20 minutes. I'm having a blast in here. These guys are eating it up.
Eating it up?
I'll do one more. I'll do the old tiny roll. Went to a music festival in down in Old Gulf Shores, Alabama. Anybody from Alabama? That's the worst state you can ever go there. I went to this music festival, and I had to pee, and I waited in line for the urinal for like a long time. And just before I could get into the porta potty, there was this bro, and he cut me off. He got in line in front of me, and I was very angry at him. And then just before he shut the door, he turns around and he looks at me, and he goes, "Roll Tide." It was at that moment in my life I decided that the next time I do something terrible, I'm going to end it with the phrase "Roll Tide." Like the next time I stiff my waiter, I'm gonna write "Roll Tide" on the tip line. Or the next time I push over an occupied porta potty, I'm gonna scream "Roll Tide" while I do it. I want all of you in this awkward structure that we're in to join me in this endeavor until eventually "Roll Tide" has the same connotation as white power. Because let's be honest, folks, how different are they really already? They're practically interchangeable. It used to be like, white American is the best cheese, Roll Tide. I like NASCAR because black people never win, Roll Tide. I want all of you to do this with me. And together, we can make that horrible state maybe just, I don't know, stop winning national championships. I don't really know what my end game is. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Just enjoying this, and thank you, Megan, for letting us do this. And hopefully we'll be back next month. Ben is the host of Free Kittens, a free comedy show at JJ's Bohemia every Wednesday night at 8:30. And there's also another open mic at the Honest Pint at 9 o'clock on Mondays. And I highly recommend, if you enjoyed any of us, head on over there. And if you're feeling brave, sign up and go up yourself. So anyway, thanks for your time, and we'll see you later. Thanks.